don't go there now because there's nothing to.
So, Mr. Conrad, first of all, welcome to Cyprus, and would like to ask you about the activities of Buena Vista Group.
Buena Vista Hospitality Group has been around for about 35 years, and we develop hotels and resorts in Florida. We developed the first hotel in Disney in Orlando that was not owned by Disney. We built 1,200 hotel rooms there in one hotel, and it was a very, very successful project. I personally developed a residential resort in Palm Beach in Florida. I built 4 golf courses, 336 room hotel, spa, and I built about 4,500 homes around it. And we thought that typically around the world, in a resort area, you had one group take care of the hotel, and one group take care of the golf, and a different group take care of the spa, and the developer probably did the residential. We brought all those things together, and in a very successful way. And in about 1999, we decided that we would take that into Europe, into Mexico, Brazil, and various other places.
When you say Europe, can you be more specific about the countries?
Yes, specifically Spain, Italy, the UK. And then in 2005, I was introduced in London to Andreas Kaisis, and we saw there an opportunity to come to Cyprus. I had been to Cyprus several times as a young person. Played rugby against the British forces because I lived in England. I didn't go to the States until 1975. So the company had been around for a long time. We had a lot of experience. We made a lot of mistakes and learned from them. And we thought that it would be a good idea to pass on those learning experiences to developers elsewhere.
So, why would someone today should work with your company?
I'm sorry?
Why would someone work with your company?
Primarily because of that. Primarily because we are very successful. We've been successful in many different areas. We've made mistakes. We've learned from them. We can save developers a lot of money, and we attract, because of our experience, institutional investors from around the world, from within the United States, but many other places also, and they have confidence when we're involved because we can manage their asset, even working with developers in partnerships and joint ventures and so on. But we attract funding, and right now there isn't very much capital funding in Cyprus, and it's an opportunity for us to bring that along with our experience.
So, Cyprus. What are your plans in Cyprus, and especially about the Fortune Health Resort in the Calabasas area?
Well, as I was saying, I met through a mutual friend, Andreas Kaisis.
He's the owner of
the land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met him in 2005, and he had spent about 35 years of his life putting that land together, buying small plots of land, small farms, and putting together a large piece of land. He had in mind to build a health-based resort, which was quite far ahead of its time then, and we thought that we could help him in the master planning of that project. So I brought a team over here in 2005. We put together a master plan, the different parts of that type of resort, from a luxury hotel to various clinics and assisted living places.
It's a huge investment.
It's
huge investment.
It's huge investment. Yeah, it's a huge investment. But whilst it's a tourist based, bringing in investment money from outside the country, we're looking at a number of them now. There are also some where developers, owners got ahead of themselves, and so those properties are now being reclaimed by banks and financial institutions because the owners can't afford to keep them. They can't afford to pay. We can help with those sorts of things, and we're the sort of institutional money that we bring, that we attract, covers two things. It covers distressed properties. We went through that from 2008 to 2012 in the United States, and investment groups focused in that sector. That's completed now in the United States. It doesn't exist anymore. So that sort of money is available to look at other things. There's also in the United States, there's been a lack of new projects because of the distressed property situation. It was cheaper to buy something that was already built and renovate it than it was to build something new. So there's a lot of money in the United States and elsewhere that's looking for good new projects, like Fortune and like a casino project. So there are some things that are relatively easier to fund than others. That's the sort of thing that we do. You asked about Ledra Palace. That's a very special project. It's in a unique situation and a very complex situation. So, whilst the Archbishop would love to get the project moving, there are other people that have got to be convinced in its viability, and some changes made there at that border entry.
But you are interested. You are interested.
I am very interested. I personally would like to do something that helps the situation here in Cyprus. When you look at it from the outside as an American, it's very difficult to understand it. I know that when I came here as a much younger man, everybody seemed to live very comfortably together. And now there's that separation. I'd love to be able to do something that would help bring it back, and maybe in that area we can get Turkish people working with Greek people in the same community, and gradually start to move that border area, the green belt, apart.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take local governments in the south side and the north side working together. It's going to take approval from United Nations, and maybe some financial support from the EU. Not an easy project, but something that I feel committed to try to do.
And you will do your best to...
I'll do my best to get it done.
Okay. I think we are finished. I don't know if you want to add anything else in our interview.
I don't think so. I think we're
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I formed a company here with Andreas Kaisis. We've opened an office here. We would
Where? The office
here in Nicosia.
In Nicosia.
We'll use that office for things within Cyprus, and also, we have interests in the Balkans and maybe
Mm-hmm.
in the Middle East areas too.
Mm-hmm.
But Cyprus to me is a very friendly place. It's a legal system we pretty much understand it based on the English legal system.
Mm-hmm.
The legal issues around real estate are very similar to the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and also most of the business population here, and certainly the younger population, speak English, so
Yes.
it makes it very
Mm.
very comfortable. There's not many places in this area where you can go and understand the people and be understood.
Yes.